Hello, I wanted to talk to you about feelings and energies. So, some people may know about some energies. Let's say the energies around a person's body, or feelings that you may have. And so, one of the things that I learned is that you can't ignore the feelings that you have. The best thing that you should do is handle them. The reason why is because when I went off to the store and I felt a feeling that I had, I call myself ignoring it because in my eyes, I figure I'm not going to let the feeling direct me. I wasn't going to allow it to direct me because I said, "Oh, I know what it is." It wasn't a nice feeling at all. But I thought I had control over the feeling enough to be able to ignore it. And then the feeling started to stare me. And so the reason why I'm saying this is because I didn't like what the feeling started to do to me. I didn't like what the feeling started to do to me, so I had to take a stone and I had to rub the feeling away. Sometimes those feelings, like if you're at work, for instance, like I might have had an incident at work and I didn't like one of my coworkers. So let's say that the feeling could make you not like your coworker, but the feeling that was sent to you was coming from something that was sent to, or, that was coming from, the feeling came from something that may have his submission was to make you go away from your coworker or break up a relationship, or to that day maybe stop you guys from interacting in such a way, because maybe that day maybe something was supposed to happen with you and it was trying to stop it. So we all have tasks and lessons that we're supposed to learn during the day, and so through these tasks and lessons, we have to complete them. And let's say there is something that may decide that it wants to throw a feeling on you and kind of steer you with those feelings or with those emotions, and then make you miss or make you not complete the tasks or lessons. And so you want to rebuke those kind of feelings away. So if you're feeling sad, you okay? Let's say if you're feeling sad, you want to get rid of the sad feeling, because like me, I thought that I could ignore it, and then I found out I couldn't. And I had to quickly rub that away because I realized that it was steering me. So if you're feeling sad, sometimes the sad feeling does not is not coming from you necessarily. That sad feeling could be put in by, let's call it, the enemy, okay? The Antichrist. I take that kind of stuff seriously because I learned some things. God allowed me to see some things. And the Antichrist, what he did was make me feel sad. And I went, I don't know why I feel sad, because there's nothing to feel sad about. And so that wasn't me. That was God allowing me to understand that, what are you feeling sad about? It didn't even make sense why I was feeling sad. So I rebuked the sadness away. I rebuked the sadness. You can go with a mighty sharp rebuke, okay? Rebukes or tort. And rebukes, it says in the Bible for you to teach rebukes, okay? And so I learned rebukes, but I learned my rebukes from God. And so as things were happening to me, because I was attacked by an Antichrist. And like I said, the Antichrist had a description. He looked like something, and something I had never seen before, ever, not even on TV. And he was a little. I'm not going to give you a description. Let's just say they have a look, and they're smart, and they talk. They talk like people, like regular people. And this thing was attacking me, and it was like really attacking me. And God gave me a word, and He said you could rebuke, basically. No, he told me what to do, because I didn't know how to use rebukes. And so he told me to rebuke like the pain in my nose, because the thing was like hitting my nose sometimes. It's like hitting my nose and things. And I was like, oh, I wish I can get rid of this pain in my nose, And next thing you know, he said, you can rebuke it. And so I rebuked the pain in my nose, and the pain left my nose. More importantly, let's go on to a bigger feeling, which is like suicidal feelings, okay? And so I don't like to talk, I don't like to say that word, because I think that, I just don't like to say it. I don't like to say it, but let's just say I had that feeling once, and it didn't make sense why I had that feeling. This particular time is what I'm saying. And it didn't make sense why I had the feeling didn't match, just like the sadness. That one didn't match either. So God was allowing errors. And so when I had that feeling, I rebuked it. It made me think about how sometimes people are having those feelings. And I said, oh, okay. The Antichrist, the little Antichrist that I saw, was actually putting those feelings on me to, I guess, steer me in directions, because I'm sure they must have some sort of thing that they have to do to a person to try to drive them in a certain direction. And so I learned that they do that. They put those feelings of making you feel that way, and if you take them away, you find out you don't feel that way. And so what I'm showing you is that you have to peel that feeling off. It's peelable. It's removable. You don't have to accept that feeling at all. And so I did not in either cases. And so especially with I'm going to just say with homosexuality, it was another person also who told me that she was walking down the street and she said that the Antichrist was trying to get her to like another female. She was like, I don't like females. I don't even know why he was going in that direction, because I don't like girls. And the same for me. I believe that happened to me once too, and I was like, I don't even like girls. I don't even know where that came from, but whatever feelings that were hitting me there, it was like, I don't like girls. Don't understand why it's happening, but it was trying to aim me in that direction, and that made me look at a lot of things. And that one's kind of scary, just like the other one is scary. But you have to. I'm just showing you that you can peel those feelings off. Don't accept them. You rebuke them away, or you can take a stone. You can take one of these stones and you can rub it until the feeling goes away. And in certain areas of like the private areas and stuff, like, you rebuke the sexual feelings. I rebuke the sexual feeling with a mighty sharp rebuke. Things are created because these feelings are in place. And I want you to think about that. What can be created if you have sexual feelings? Where can they branch off at? They can branch into different variations of your life, different places if you're not careful. You think that it's you. I'm saying it is not you all the time. I am not in you to be able to say this. However, I am who I am, and I'm telling you what I learned, and I'm telling you that there is a little thing that actually can put those feelings right on you, and it can steer you into a direction that you're not supposed to go. So I'm telling you, you got control over that car. Here's some extra information. Don't go in his direction. Understand that they are there possibly. Don't talk to it, but they are there, and they're doing things. They're doing things to alter your lives. Now, I was told also that they have things that they can peek into your life. They can peek into your life, and let's say when they're peeking in your life, they're going, oh, I don't want her to go in this direction today. I don't want her to meet such and such. Let's take her off her path today, and then maybe that'll mess up next week. Now, I know that sounds like some TV stuff, but if I felt sad, where would my sadness lead me? Maybe in the house. Maybe I wouldn't go outside to go meet such and such. Maybe I wouldn't be joyous and affect another person. Okay? So I affect people. If sadness can affect another person, well, you're supposed to give joy. You might be sharing sadness, and maybe you guys are, something else God had intended for you. So we're all down here on the earth, okay? And there's a war going on. And in this war, you have these other things, and their aim is, there's a spiritual war, and the spiritual war is saying, I got bullets, and my bullets say emotions, feelings, distress, sadness, anger, and I'm going to take and I'm going to aim my gun, my emotional gun, my spiritual gun, at Teresa. And I'm going to shoot her with some anger. And when she go meet Tyreek today, I'm going to shoot her with some anger, and she's going to be angry quicker. So he's going to say something to her, and next thing you know, she's going to be angrier just a little bit faster, and their conversation's not going to go so great. Or I'm going to deal with my mom, let's say with the mom, okay, who has an older mom. I ain't got no patience now, because that thing that aimed, this target today was to make me impatient with my mom. So now I may lack impatience, because his bullet said, you don't have any patience. Well, you could rebuke that away and say, I rebuke not having any patience. And then you can return to the peace, have peace. And that way it's not destroying things or trying to take you off your path. So you have to be careful. You might have a beautiful path. Let's say God put, everybody has something to do here on the earth. Everyone has a job here on the earth. And you don't want anything, because of lack of knowledge, you don't want anything taking you from where you're supposed to go, because you may not understand that you don't have to accept the energy, the emotions, these feelings, or weird energies. Because sometimes I would get a weird energy up here. It'd be feeling real weird sitting up here. And like I said, I rubbed it away, but it was a weird feeling energy. Take the time out to just kind of go like, if you feel a weird energy, or if you feel sadness, don't make up an excuse for why you're sad. And this is one thing I think you need to know. I realized that throughout my life, I've heard people make up a reason. I'm feeling sad. I don't know. Maybe it's because not Joe, I don't want to use a real name. Maybe it's because Andy, he got on my nerves. I'm feeling so sad. I don't understand. Like he must really subconsciously, he must really be getting on my nerves. And here I am, I'm feeling sad and stuff like that. I'm just sad. He makes me sad. Or that girl, I don't know why I don't like you, but when she came across my way, I was like, I don't like you. I don't like that girl at all. And I don't know why I don't like her, but I don't like her. Well, let's say the little Antichrist was like, y'all are supposed to be friends. I'm gonna put a bridge. Not even a bridge, a big something, space in between you, so you guys don't become that great thing who helps these other people who need help, because we are all helpers to each other as well. Because God said, let's say in the plan, you're supposed to meet such and such and such so you can go help this girl. And so he saw that and he said, I'm gonna have to make them enemies. You don't like her now. Here's the I don't like feeling, I don't know why. And sometimes it gets deeper than that, so I'm going to just keep at the feelings right now, because I've talked about the other things. I'm going to break it down a little bit more in some other videos. It goes as far as the thoughts too, because they can mess with your thoughts, because you don't really have thoughts that way. So I learned that you don't have thoughts. You don't have no thoughts. The Antichrist, this is like a mailbox. They can talk right inside the head. And say things and sound like you, and next thing you know, they kind of deterred you or moved you. They moved you, because what they're doing is, I don't need her going that way, because they saw something. They say, I'm going to move her by adding anger to her with this girl. Same thing with sexual feelings. They gave you sexual feelings. Maybe you don't really like that girl or that guy, but you got these arousal feelings because it gave it to you. So again, because they can peek, because I was told that they can peek. They have cameras. They have glasses, from what I heard. They have ways to peek. They're psychic because they're on the other side. They're in the spiritual realm. And so in the spiritual realm, they can see things. Don't underestimate what's going on. And yes, they can peek into your future, but understand, as if they can peek into your future, God has given you a way to be able to remove the things so you can go into your future the way you're supposed to, and get and avoid the things that they're trying to put in your path. Now, when I say that they can peek into your future, this thing knew everything about me, and it would be able to call out what I was getting ready to do next. It was doing that all the time. How annoying was that? It was telling me what I was getting ready to do next. It was telling me, oh, like, basically I'm about to go pick up the piece of paper. You're about to go out the door. You're about to call Teresa. It was doing that. It knew what I was getting ready to do. And so I'm just letting you know, it knew ahead of time. So who's to say it doesn't know your future? And people like to say that it knows your future. I'm going to say it might know your future because I heard it had binoculars. Okay? To see your day. Telescope to see your life. And so I'm just making you aware. Get rid of the feelings. Don't go with the feelings. Rebuke the feelings away, and watch your direction change. Watch that you're not as angry with the people that you come in contact with. Don't accept the fact that you can't stand that person. Don't accept the fact that all of a sudden this person gives you a weird feeling. You feel a really weird feeling, like when you're shopping too much and it's like, oh, I got to get off of here. They do that too. And so you got to remove that weird feeling, because they want you off of the internet. They get as petty as the internet. It might be a reason why they're doing it, and it's the reason why they're doing. Maybe they don't want you to buy something because it's changing your timings, and so you might get that nasty feeling. They do the nasty feeling too, because that nasty feeling in the stomach, like I shouldn't be doing this anymore. They give you obsessive feelings too to make you stay on the internet longer too. And so you can rebuke the obsessive feelings with a mighty sharp rebuke. You can rebuke the nasty feeling that you feel with a mighty sharp rebuke. And when you remove it, then think about that. Where did it lead you? You might have stayed on a little longer, and when you didn't remove it, you stayed off, you got off, and then you went somewhere else, and maybe it wasn't time for you to go into the kitchen yet. And so they got you going in the kitchen earlier, and they might have messed with your timings. So I just wanted to make you aware of that. Please do not sit there and accept these feelings. Those feelings are made sometimes just to move you in a position that they want, a position of moving you away from your destiny for that week, for that moment, for that hour that's coming up, to keep you from meeting people. Take control, okay? Don't let the feelings drive you, because feelings can drive you. They can drive you, and you don't want a feeling driving you. Check those feelings and remove them. And if you still, it gives you a chance to make a fair evaluation of something. Also, when you remove those feelings, you're making a fair evaluation of something. So if you remove that feeling between you and your mother, where you feel like you're impatient, now you're looking at it and go, okay, can I handle this? Yeah. Mom, I just need you to sit up for a little bit. Okay, just sit up. And now you're sitting back down and everything's easy, and the next person comes downstairs. You're not irritated with them, because our irritations can sometimes change, can go on to someone else, and next thing you know, they're mad with their friend because you done gave them a nasty attitude. And so that's the other thing which you have to know. My impatient ways can affect another person's way, who can affect, it's like a wave effect, and you can affect them. And so you don't want to do that. And so that's the other thing I wanted to tell you. So you have a good night, and I hope this helps you.